Garlic is supposed to repel pests, right? Wrong. There are some common problems that can destroy your garlic crop. Understanding what to look for and how to treat the issues organically is going to save your entire garlic crop. Hi, I'm Carol from Almost 2 Acres. Let's talk about garlic and its pests and disease control.
Let's start with onion thrips, tiny insects that create those characteristic silver streaks on garlic leaves. You'll see the leaves curling and drying at the tips, and severe infestations can significantly reduce bulb size. Thrips love hot, dry conditions, so that's why they cause problems during summer heat waves. For organic control, blue sticky traps work great for monitoring and catching adults. Encourage beneficial insects like lacewings and ladybugs. They're thrips predators. Neem oil sprays can disrupt the thrips life cycle, and here's a simple trick. Overhead watering can literally knock thrips off the plants. Bulb mites are sneaky. You might not see the damage until harvest. They make bulbs soft, shriveled, and discolored, and they create entry points for secondary infections that can rot your entire harvest. Prevention is key here. Healthy, organic-rich soil supports predatory mites that keep bulb mites in check. Always start with clean seed garlic and practice good garden sanitation. If you suspect bulb mites, hot water treatment of seed garlic, 130 to 140 degrees for 10 to 20 minutes, can eliminate them. Leafminers create those distinctive white winding trails on leaves. Use floating row covers to prevent the adult flies from laying eggs, and introduce parasitic wasps if you can source them locally. Garlic bloat nematodes are more serious. They cause swollen, distorted bulbs that feel spongy. The key is prevention. Never plant infected seed garlic, rotate crops religiously, and that same hot water treatment, 120 degrees for 20 minutes, kills nematodes in seed garlic. White rot is the most devastating garlic disease, and it's why crop rotation is so important. Early symptoms include stunted growth and yellowing leaves, but the telltale sign is those small black poppy seed-like structures called sclerotia on the bulbs. Here's the scary part. Once white rot is in your soil, those sclerotia can survive for decades. The only real control is prevention. Never plant garlic in infected soil, use only certified disease-free seed, and ensure excellent drainage. If you find white rot, don't plant any alliums in that area for at least 5 years. Fusarium causes bulb rot from the bottom up, while Botrytis creates that characteristic brown water-soaked area around the neck. Both thrive in wet conditions, so prevention focuses on drainage and air circulation. Space your plants properly, avoid overhead watering late in the day, and ensure your soil drains well. Remove any infected plant material immediately. Don't compost it. Good curing practices also prevent botrytis during storage. Garlic viruses cause yellow stripes on leaves and can seriously reduce yields. They're spread by aphids, so controlling aphids controls the viruses. Use reflective mulches to confuse aphids, encourage beneficial insects, and always start with virus-free seed garlic from reputable sources. The best pest and disease management is prevention through good cultural practices. Start with disease-free seed from reputable suppliers. Never use grocery store garlic or questionable sources. Practice strict crop rotation. No alliums in the same spot for 3 to 4 years minimum. Ensure excellent drainage and don't overwater, especially late in the season. Maintain good air circulation through proper spacing and weed control. Keep your garden clean. Remove plant debris and practice good sanitation. Build healthy soil with organic matter to support beneficial microorganisms that naturally suppress diseases. The goal is creating an environment where garlic thrives and problems can't get established. Remember, while garlic does have natural pest repelling properties, it's not bulletproof. The key is being proactive with prevention rather than reactive with treatments. Watch those plants regularly. Early detection means easier management. And don't panic if you see minor pest activity. Healthy garlic plants can handle some pressure as long as the growing conditions are right.
Please take this moment to like and subscribe. Until next time, get out there and inspect your garlic. And let's get growing. I'll be growing in Zone 4.